Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm just getting started. Nana Wendell, I think that says. Hello. Alexandra, hello. Hello. I am, oh no, Shannon. I am Peaceful Nick the Medium. I'm an Evidential Medium. This is a picture I took outside a couple days ago of the very beautiful new crescent moon. Hi, oh no, Shannon. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Love Business. Hi, Janice. Hi, Rhea, Cindy, Tara, Susie. I hope I'm getting all the names. Amelia, Veronica. Hi, Love Business. Hi, Angela, Joanne. Hi, everyone. Tonight we're going to have, I've been like really sick for the past 2.5 weeks. And so tonight, if I get to some readings, that'll be great. Hello, everyone. Hello. Maybe we'll just have, mediumship discussion, talking about spirit guides and how you can become a medium and what to look out for. There's a lot of scams right now on social media. Hi, Sweet Love, 777. Hi, Taylor. Hi from Chile. Susie, Veronica, Sheila, hello, Wanda, Nikki. There's a lot of scammers. Did my class start yet? I have 2 classes going on. Thanks, Sweet Love 777. I have a free mediumship circle that's starting in a couple weeks. If you're interested in joining that, send me an email. You can email me through my website or just add peacefulnickthemedium@gmail.com. It's the same spelling. Just add @gmail. And I can add you to the list for the free mediumship circle. There's probably about a dozen or so people right now that are signed up, but not all of them have RSVP'd. So if they don't RSVP, I'm going to fill some of those spaces in. So that starts in a couple of weeks. And then my 6-month mediumship for beginners class, that's a paid class, that starts in March. You can book that directly on my website. And that's monthly pay. You don't pay all for it up front. Did you just send an email, Sweet Love 777? Because I was just answering some emails a few minutes before I came on the live. Are you sure that you spelled Nick N-I-K? Because some people misspell it and then they say they didn't get anything back. So make sure, send one now and I will look at my email while we're on here. I sent it when you first announced. That's it. Can you resend it and see the spelling up here? Just put @Gmail, and then in about 2 or 3 minutes, I'll check and make sure I got it. Because I've answered, I believe, everybody, but I have been very sick for the last few weeks. So, thank you for the heart. Oh, that's wonderful. So it's very possible I could have missed it. If you can resend it or just check the spelling, and it's @gmail.com. Same spelling as the website. Let's see. Oh, the crown. Look at all these things. Look at this. This is wonderful, everyone. I'm sorry, Sweet Love 777. Tell me when you send it again real quick, and I'll scroll off here and look at the email real quick. Love Business says, what do you think of the yes/no rods? Do you mean like the 2 little metal rods that people hold? Those things? What are those called? I can't remember the name of them. If that's what you're talking about, I do know, I do have a science background. I've worked in science, communication, and education for decades. And I know there are magnetic anomalies on Earth, and that if those rods are made of metal, they can interact with magnetic anomalies. As far as doing readings, I don't have any experience with those. I think they're called dowsing rods. I don't have any personal experience with them. So I don't want to give an opinion on whether they're legit or not. But I never thought I'd be a medium either. And I didn't understand how that could work, but it does work. So I'm not going to say no that the dowsing rods don't work. It's always good to just determine for yourself what feels right. Does it feel right? Does it feel legit? Does it feel like a scam? Again, there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of duplicate pages out there. I never send never, ever, and no legitimate medium does. We never send messages to people that say, oh, you want a reading? Send me your info. Or, oh, you want a reading? Click on this link. No, don't ever do that. Don't ever click on a link. Don't send anybody money that's soliciting money. No, 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 no. There's a lot of duplicates out there. So let's see. Hello there. Let's see. Yella 333. Christina, I'm super excited to meet a male partner. Any luck on this coming? So I don't make psychic predictions or love predictions. Now that's another scam that's going around actually. You'll see in people's comments, love spells, click on this and you'll get a love spell. That's all a lie. It's all a scam. Don't do that. I say to everybody who asks me this, are you finished going through your own trauma? Are you finished healing yourself? Are you finished becoming a whole person yourself? Don't look for love in another person to complete you. Complete yourself, and then the right person will come along. And never force love, and never put up with any type of abuse or neglect or anything like that. All right, let's see. This is why I've never done one, and I want one so bad. I've lost both parents now. From Janelle. Because you're afraid to get scammed. Yeah, that makes sense. You can't imagine. Okay, sweet love. Let me look. Okay, so I don't know if this thing will go off, but let me just check my email real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I just got it. So you were talking about the RSVP. Okay, so I will send out the Zoom link for the class, and I'll read that fully later. I'll send out the Zoom link for the class the first day of the circle. Okay, so thank you for sending that. All right, so back to talking about the people who are afraid to get a reading because there's so many scammers out there. That makes sense. And the way to know that the way to try not to get scammed is email the person. Like, you can email me through my website, or you can just put peacefulnickthemedium@gmail.com. Just add @gmail to this. It's the same. And ask me some questions, or any other medium. It doesn't have to be me. It can be anybody. Ask them 2 or 3 questions. Ask them for references from people that they've read before. Any legitimate medium or psychic will answer your questions promptly, and will send you references. I mean, I have a whole list. I could send you, 10 references anytime. So anybody legit will answer your questions nicely, kindly, promptly, and send you references with no problem. Joe Stone and Pups. What do my guardian angels want me to work on next? Ask them. So it's not really ethical for me to intrude into your spirit people, your guides, your angels. It's not really ethical for me to ask them questions about you. That is for you. You can do something called sitting in the power. You can go on YouTube and type in sitting in the power guardian angels, sitting in the power. There's a whole bunch of different kinds, and that's kind of a meditation that will guide you to ask them questions so you can get the answers you need. Or you can just take some deep breaths through the nose and out the mouth. Close your eyes, relax, be in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, and ask, what am I to do next? What am I to do next? You can ask them and they'll answer. Yes, Janelle, that happens all the time. So some people on here are asking several questions about dads. And are they safe and are they okay? And this is for everyone. Okay, hold on. This is for everyone. When your loved one crosses over, no matter how they passed away, it doesn't matter if they were responsible for their passing, if it was a natural passing, if it was an accident, it doesn't matter. Everyone crosses to the spirit world. Now, there's been a lot of religions talk about hell and scare people with hell, and you have to be good or you're going to go to hell. Hell's really more of a misinterpretation of what was really said in the Bible. There's no fire and brimstone burning hell. There's a life review if you've done bad things. There's a life review that you feel the pain of others. And then there's being greeted by your guides or your teachers. And then if you've been, normal and haven't harmed people in a terrible way, you're greeted by your family. So for those of you wondering if your loved ones are at peace, if they're in heaven or the spirit world, yes, everyone goes to the spirit world. What happens when they get there can be a little bit different, depending on how they live their life. Let's see. I can't hear my guardian angels. That is from, oh no. That's from Joe Stone and Pups. You have to practice. There's nothing I can do. And if somebody tells you that they're going to talk to your guardian angels for you and charges you money, that's a scam. Don't do that. You have to contact them yourself. There's several reasons why you may not be hearing them. You could have some type of emotional block. You could be dealing with some kind of trauma. You could just be under stress. Maybe your mind is just too busy and you're having a hard time relaxing your mind. You just have to keep at it. You're really the only one who can legitimately get the message from them. So you have to relax your mind. I would highly recommend for everybody meditation. There's millions of free meditations on YouTube. There's also something my husband uses. It's an app. I don't get paid for this. It's called Headspace, and it's a guided meditation app. It's very, very, very useful. So I would learn to meditate and quiet your mind, and that probably will help. Melody wants to know, will I get a new job soon? I don't make psychic predictions or job predictions or anything like that. But I would say what's supposed to happen is going to happen. If you're meant to have the job that you're trying to get, it'll happen. If you're not meant for it, it won't happen. I'm sure everybody has experienced something like, oh, I really, really wanted this job, or I really wanted this new place to live, or I really wanted this new relationship, and it didn't work out. And then 6 months or a year later, you're like, gosh, I'm really glad that didn't work out, because something better, something different, something that was better for me came along. So don't be disappointed if you don't get the job you want. It's not always what's supposed to happen. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Oh, I'm glad you're on here. Thank you. Hi, Mrs. Ellie Sharma. Hello. Oh, a whole bunch of messages coming through. do you heal? Do you mean like, do I give healing messages? Giving healing messages is probably the biggest part of my mediumship business. When I give readings, my specialty is giving readings and healing messages. So I give a reading to someone and they get evidence from me. So like one day I was doing a reading and I didn't understand, but I was talking to a woman's grandmother. The grandmother was in spirit, and I see this billowing material, like wedding tulle, like from a wedding dress, you know, that material that's like tulle. It's called tulle. And there's all these piles of it. And I didn't understand it. And so this is a good example of evidence, okay? I'm like, this is weird. Why is she showing me this? And so I said to the client, I said, she's showing me billowing piles of tulle, like wedding dress tulle. And she said she was a seamstress that made wedding dresses for her entire life, like her whole career. That's a piece of evidence. That is not something very common. It's not like I said she was a retail manager or she worked in an office. No, making dresses is something that not a lot of people do for wedding dresses. And so that was a pretty critical piece of evidence. So once you get evidence like that, then you get the healing message from the person in spirit, and combined with, you know, me using appropriate language that can help you start the healing process. So if that's what you mean, yes, that's the kind of healing I do. Now, I am not healing you at all. I am allowing you to start the process of healing. You're in charge of your healing. I just give you the message to get you started on the path. So if that's what you mean, yes. Hello, Thula Queens something. I can't see the rest of it. All right. Thula Queen from South Africa. Well, welcome. Hello from South Africa. I hear it's beautiful in South Africa. I've never been there, but I hear it's very beautiful. Oh, hi, Delia Sanchez. Hello. I'm so happy you feel your sun all the time. And the more you practice meditation and sitting in the power, the more you will feel their presence. Years ago, before I became a medium, I had a day job and a night job teaching. I taught at a secondary school and at a college. And I kind of had to drive through a bad neighborhood at night when I would leave the college. I'm a science professor. And my mom has been passed since I was 15 years old, so 35 years. And she would always be there in spirit in the car with me, and she would keep me company. Now, I, at that time, never imagined becoming a medium. So it was very comforting to feel her presence all the way home. I mean, this went on for a couple of years when I was teaching at college at nighttime, and it was like 10:30 at night. It was dark. I was in a nice place, but I had to drive through a bad neighborhood to get back to my house. So it was comforting to feel her presence. Let's see. Hello everyone. Welcome. Natalie, I do not want to invade your privacy, but when did you realize you could communicate with spirits? I am an open book, and I don't mind answering that question at all. So, I have been working in the scientific community for decades. I have a bachelor's degree in biology and a master's degree in astronomy. Being a medium was never in my plan. It was never on my mind. It just happened to me. I was always very psychic, and I always had mediumship abilities, but I didn't know that's what they were. I have something called claircognizance. We've got different clairs, seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing. My strongest one is claircognizance. It's like intuition. And I thought everybody knew stuff. I guess it's kind of silly for me to think that now, but I thought, well, everybody doesn't know things before they happen. I just thought that everybody did. So I always had kind of weird things happen like that. And then a few years ago, a friend of mine's son passed away. And I hadn't seen him since he was a baby, like a newborn baby, so 25 years. And my sister called me and said, Brandon, I have the mom's permission to tell the story, so it's okay. My sister said, Brandon passed away. And in my head, immediately, I knew heroin overdose immediately, like instantly as soon as she said it. And then I went to take a nap, and I wasn't laying there for 30 seconds. And in my head, Brandon's face, fully in color, I could see his red sweater and his gold chain and his haircut and everything. He said, as loud as can be in my head, tell my mom I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. And that was my first extreme mediumship event. And I thought, wow, like I got up. I couldn't take a nap, obviously, after that. I got up, I got out of bed, and then I told my family, I told my sister. Then about 4 days later, it was confirmed that, yes, he did pass of a heroin overdose. And I told his mother, and I talked to her, and I've given her a reading since then, so this was a few years ago. And then I had another experience very similar to that. My son was with this friend of the family who passed away. She had a brain injury, and she kept showing me this red heart, this red heart, this red heart with her name on it, and I couldn't go to sleep. And I texted my son, and I said, oh my God, so-and-so is showing me this red heart with her name on it, and she won't leave my head. And he immediately texted me a picture of the red heart with her name on it that he had picked up off the nightstand right after she passed away from her brain injury. And then I was like, wow, something very serious is happening. And I found a school in the UK, in the United Kingdom, to attend for mediumship training. And I've been attending mediumship training pretty steadily ever since then, and been a professional medium for professionally, like really doing it legit, for over a year now. So it's been a wild ride. So that's what happened. And it's been amazing. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Let's see what comments I have here. Now, just to let you know, I'm still recovering from my illness, so I'm a little worn down. Oh, Kathy, are you here? Hello, Kathy. Oh, everybody follow Medium Kathy Behrens. She's wonderful. Thank you for the rose. We got to go live together, okay? She is wonderful. Everybody follow her. She's amazing and so sweet and so kind and so loving. Yeah, Elizabeth, that's what I just went through. Yep. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Hi from Michigan. Hi, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm south of the city. Used to live up in the city, but now I'm south of the city. Thank you, Michelle. Thula Queen. 3 days ago, I had a vision of my grandma. She was smiling and sitting, but saying nothing. Yeah, sometimes they do that. Sometimes they just want to say hi. They just want to let you know they're watching over you. And it should feel comforting. I hope you felt comforted by that. GA, I guess it's maybe Georgia Malibu Girl. GA Malibu Girl. Don't be afraid to start working on your abilities. It can be anxiety inducing at first, but you have to learn to trust and allow yourself to do it. Bianca, Will I move back to Sydney this year? I don't do psychic predictions, but if that's what's supposed to happen, that's what will happen. Hello, Stone Cold KT. Thank you for the roses. All right, I'm waiting for the stuff to load. Jess. Yes, Kathy, I'm waiting. I love you too, sweetie. Jess just got out of 11-year relationship together since you were 14. Would love some guidance. Oh, I don't do predictions or anything like that, but as a person, a human with life experience, I will say, be alone as far as don't get into another relationship anytime soon, and find out who you really are. Because if you've been together, I guess you're 25 or 26 now, and you've been together for 11 years, sometimes when that happens, you have arrested emotional development where you don't develop because you're in one relationship with the same person for a long time. So it's time for you to blossom and become who you are and find out who you are. That's what I would highly recommend. Work on you. You can have fun and date and stuff, but don't get in a serious relationship. That would be my guidance, just person to person. How do you book a reading? Right here on my website, peacefulnickthemedium.com. And if you can't find a date that works for you, you can add at Gmail and email me, peacefulnickthemedium@gmail, and we'll find a date. I work full-time during the week, so most of my readings are on Saturdays, but I do offer a few evenings here and there. Is my dad okay? He never got a funeral. Yes. So everybody who crosses over is okay. Nobody's stuck. Yesterday had somebody ask me if a spirit could be attached to a mirror, which I'd never heard before. So your spirits are not one spirit, like one little thing. They're huge energy things. They're huge bubbles of energy, and they can break off into little pieces. So when you pass from this earth, your human body, that part of the spirit that inhabits your brain, heart system, goes back into the spirit world and reattaches to the main part of your soul. It's called an oversoul. It's like a bigger part of your soul, and they can like break off into little pieces. So he is fine, and he is not upset about not having a funeral. He understands completely, and know that he loves you. Oh, what was your first mediumship reading like with a client? Well, I have a very wonderful best friend who set up probably 40 or 50 free readings because I didn't want to charge at first, obviously. Set up about 40 or 50 free readings she has a huge family, tons of cousins, tons of connections. She set up all these readings for me over a few months' time, and those I wasn't that nervous for, but my first paid reading, I was very nervous because I don't want to disappoint somebody and charge them money and have them be disappointed. Lucky for me, knock on wood, I've never had to issue a refund. Fingers crossed that stays that way. I always get some evidence. I always connect with someone. Now, sometimes the client may expect to hear from, say, mom or dad, but hears from Aunt Betty. That I can't help who comes through. Whoever comes through first is who comes through. So it was nerve-wracking because I don't want to disappoint my clients. I don't want to hurt anybody or do any harm to anybody. But yes, I was very nervous. But it gets easier. I still get some nerves, like if it's been a couple weeks between readings because I've been on vacation or like I've been sick the past couple weeks. I still get some nerves sometimes, but the more you do it, it's like anything, the more you do it, the more comfortable, the more you trust. Yeah. I do not do paid readings on TikTok. I do paid readings through my website, full individual readings. I actually have a small group reading January 22nd. It's only $25 a person. It's usually 5 or 6 people. You can email me through my website or just add at gmail.com and email me directly, and I can sign you up for the small group reading. That's for people who don't want to pay for a full reading and they just have a couple little questions, or they just want a short reading. Hi, Scarlett. I heard something an empath said when she visits spirit, she crosses them over. I don't believe that. Kathy, if you're still on here, have you ever heard that? And what do you think about that? We don't need help crossing over. We cross over. That's my experience. Ariel Jewel, you need some words? What do you need words about? Sherry Rich. I'm very sorry that you've lost so many people this year. I want to send you some healing thoughts. Everybody send Sherry some healing. This takes time, especially when it's so many people in a short period of time. Know that all of your loved ones that have crossed over are safe and they're at peace and they are around and they're with you. And I know that can sound like BS and it doesn't really help, and I get that. But they are not abandoning you. They're there in spirit and around you. And I know how painful, trust me, I've lost many loved ones over my life. And, you know, my mother passed when I was 15 suddenly. So I understand that there's really no words anybody can say to comfort you. Just know that healing is a process, and I am sending you love and peace and healing. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that. How do you know if you're an empath? That's from Shelley. There's also on YouTube a million free videos. But if you are affected by, if you get anxiety when you go into large crowds, that's the biggest thing for me. I can't stand being around a lot of people who have a lot of different energy. I can't stand being around people who are superficial because they're energy suckers. If you feel the feelings of other people, like you find out a friend of yours had some horrible tragedy in their life and it affects you much more than it would affect someone else, that's an empath. So there's several different things, and different empaths have different variations of how much, you know, like crowds for me is the biggest thing, and feeling the emotions of others is also very big for me. But there's like, go on YouTube and type in 5 ways to know if you're an empath or something like that. And you'll get videos, lots of videos. Kimberly, you're missing your mom. Kimberly Justice. Hold on. Was there something where I see her touching your hair, or like you're going like this with your hair? Something about right here across your bangs or your forehead. almost like she's touching you on the forehead and like kissing you on the forehead. I don't know if you feel that from her, if that's something that happened before she passed, but that's what I'm seeing. Kimberly, in capitals, answer me yes or no, touching the hair or touching the forehead. Kathy agrees with what we were talking about we don't need anybody to take us across. Real Ms. Meme. I just signed up for your mediumship classes. I'm excited, but sad because you don't have any till March. I'm doing the free circle first and then the paid classes in March. It's just because of my work schedule. That's why I have to, because I have a job during the week. That's why I'm sorry. It'll be worth the wait. Wild horses. Oh, hello. Welcome back. Can you please ask my guides who I get information from when I read people? Well, it's whoever you're reading, you probably are connecting. Do you mean mediumistically or just you're reading their energy? You can ask your guides yourself. It's not ethical for me to go in and contact your guides because they're your guides. They're not my guides. So you can ask your guides that question, or you can be a little bit more specific on what type of reading you're doing. Okay, I haven't heard back. Oh. Hi, Nikki Tiki. I am Heb. I don't know if I'm saying that right. How can I learn to improve my spiritual senses? So I am offering a free mediumship development circle. It starts in a couple weeks. You can email me through my website, go to the link in my bio, email me through there, or just add @Gmail to this, peacefulnickthemedium@gmail.com, and email me there. And I can sign you up for my free mediumship class or circle. And then I start an actual class in March. That's a paid class, but the first one starting in January is free. So you can start with that, or you can go on YouTube and find some mediumship videos for free. Okay, Wild Horses is a medical empath. Okay, so you would have to ask your guides who you're getting your information from. Probably from them, I would say. Tracy, should I take this job or wait? Follow your intuition. What do you think you should do? I don't make predictions. That's why I always put it back on the person, because it's really up to you. I don't like to tell people what to do. It's really very risky to give people instructions on things, because what if I tell you to take that job and then something happens and it's not that great? My dad told me I would inherit his estate, but I think it is being hidden from me. Probably want to get a lawyer. Christina, what is the ringing in my ears? Is it guides, or am I tuning in, becoming more aware of others? So this is really common. I get ringing in my ears all the time. First, I would say, check with the doctor. Make sure you don't have tinnitus, first and foremost, because that's medical ringing in your ears. Secondly, if it is from the spirit world, and I have it every day for some portion of the day, ask them to slow down their energy and ask them to show you or tell you what they're trying to tell you in a way you can understand it. I really need a throat lozenge. Because their energy can vibrate so high that you can't hear what they're saying, and that's what's causing the ringing. Heather Reed, what do you need your husband's advice about? Let's see. Yes. Ninny, will my husband be able to greet my dad when he passes? Yes. Because they're all in a soul family together. So yes. Sorry, the voice is going. How can we confirm if we are empaths? Like I said before, if you have, if you get a lot of anxiety around crowds of people, if you get a lot of anxiety around certain people, if you're very affected by certain things that happen to other people that you love and it affects you as much as it affects them, you can also go on YouTube and type in how to know you're an empath or 5 ways to know you're an empath, and you'll get all kinds of videos. It's basically feeling the energy of others. And you can learn to shield yourself. Because there are going to be times when we have to go out in public around crowds. I work with a lot of people during the week, and so I have to put up my shield. I imagine a mirror facing outward so their energy doesn't penetrate the mirror. It just reflects back out. That's how I protect myself. You're welcome, Christina. Galen will I don't know, ever win any lottery? I don't talk about that kind of stuff. It is unethical, and you can really tick off the spirit world if you use it for winning lottery numbers and stuff like that. That is not what it's for. Ninny, yes, your husband, I'm seeing him saying, slow down and calm down. That's right. Slow down and calm down. Like I'm seeing almost like a blanket on the living room floor or somewhere where you guys are like having like a slumber party or something in the living room. Slow down and calm down. Slow down and calm down. Let me know, Ninny, in caps, if that makes sense. You're welcome, Ninny. I'm a Leo. Aisha and Malik get married. I don't know what that means. Nanik J01, does my dad have a message for me? His name is David, aka Hot Rod. Yeah, he said he wishes he would have slowed down. Aisha, I don't make love predictions. And if somebody's charging you for a love prediction, you're getting scammed. Don't pay for that. Yes, Darla Harris. Yes, 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 yes. You are forgiven. There is no resentment or bitterness in the spirit world. Everyone who crosses over, it's only a place of pure love and peace. Infinity, know that he is safe and at peace, and he did not endure any type of punishment for that. He only had to be reoriented and learn to understand why he made that choice in the human life, but he is perfectly safe and at peace. Yes, Ninny, slow down and calm down. Slow down and calm down. So take that as his biggest message. I would get some help. Get yourself a couple hours, a couple times a week alone and away from the kids for your own sanity. Yeah, somebody is, yeah. So people are mimicking me. Someone's telling me someone is going around pretending to be you. They added an S to your username. I'll never send out any solicitations for readings or click this link. Never, ever, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. Know that there are tons of scammers. All the mediums and psychics on here are getting copycats and scammers. We've all reported it hundreds of times. TikTok does not take the scammers down. They do not take them down. They leave them up. So do not give anybody money or click any links that anybody sends you. Thank you for telling me. You're welcome, Infinity. Oh, Ninny. Ninny said they're actually camped out right now with the blankets. That's okay. Okay. Perfect. That's exactly what I saw. Are you like at a campsite or are you in the living room? Because I couldn't tell, but oh, that's cute. I love it. I love it. You're welcome, Nanik. Let's see. I don't do psychic predictions. You're welcome, Ninny. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Yeah, that's what we call evidence and validation. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Kathy. Sometimes I forget, as you know. It's a struggle. The struggle is real. I am losing my voice, y'all. Y'all, I lived in the South for about 14 years, so I picked up y'all. So every once in a while. Yep. Yes, Ninny. Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I saw. Yes, he is with you. He's right there right now. That's why he showed me that. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, that makes me happy. That made my night. I'm so happy for you. Xtina, your friend needs a lawyer. Just get a lawyer. Retain somebody. If her dad hasn't passed yet, she needs to get the paperwork now. If he has passed, she needs to get a lawyer, most likely. You're welcome, Ninny. Oh. Bree, do you know how my Nana passed? Things like that. It really is very difficult to do in a group setting like this. That would take more one-on-one and more of a deep connection than having all these other, because, you know, spirits are coming around. There's a lot of people on here. And that might take like a forensic medium or something. I am a member of a circle, and sometimes we invite people to that circle. If you want to email me, peacefulnickthemedium, and then just put @gmail.com. We invite people to the circle, and we're all mediums, and it's free. And if you want to email me, I'll see if we can help you out with that, because on here it's not appropriate for that. Oh, you're so welcome, Ninny. Let's see. A lot of people are asking for messages, and I will just give everyone, about 10 people in a row. The messages from Spirit are always messages of love and peace and hope, and saying that they are okay. Our loved ones in Spirit are always guiding us if we're paying attention. You know, sometimes when you're like, oh my God, I'm short on rent this month, or oh my God, I've got an electric bill due, or oh my God, my phone's going to get turned off, or I need childcare next week because I have to work and the school's going remote again because of whatever. And then something happens and it just works out just right. That's our loved ones in Spirit putting opportunities in front of us and helping us through things. Needing an answer to a big question and you're like, oh, what am I going to do about this situation? And then you lay down to take a nap or go to sleep, or you're just cooking and you're not really thinking, or you're in the shower, your mind's kind of clear, and all of a sudden it comes into your head. The answer comes into your head. That, in my opinion, is spirit guiding us, helping us. So yes, thank you, Kathy. That is, they're guiding us, they're helping us, they're always there to have our backs, even in times of struggle. Even when we're going through the things that can be the worst, we still have loved ones in spirit there around us. You just have to be open to it. You have to be open to understanding that they're there for us. All right, let's go back. My voice isn't going to last much longer, everyone. Let's see. Okay, messages, they're there for you. That's the message. That's the blanket message for everybody. Slay Camlin, I think that says, what does my mom and dad think about the house situation? They don't really care about material things like that. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And they know humans make decisions that aren't always the right choices, that can harm other people, or humans just do silly things sometimes, and they understand that. So don't get too wrapped up in what your mom and dad think about that. Thank you, Jenny Gallo. That has been happening. Yep. Yes, Olivia is with the grandma. Anybody who's in especially a primary soul group, meaning direct family, grandma, granddaughter, daughter, son, aunt, uncle, you'll all go back into your primary soul group together. Francine, my dad and I didn't have a good relationship when he passed. Just wanted to see if he forgives you. Yes, and you should forgive yourself. I'm just guessing that's what you wanted to know. Do our loved ones talk about us to other loved ones in spirit, or like a loved one in spirit talk to a person here on earth? Is that what you mean? Because our loved ones in spirit will communicate with each other about what's happening. Eileen P911, please tell me what my mom thinks of my sister's action. Hold on, let me see. I'm feeling a lot of interference. Did your sister do something to harm herself? Yeah, it's real fuzzy. So let me know. Yes, Jenny. Yes, she knew. Okay, so Eileen, I'm not sure what you mean then. Letty, did my parent send my great niece to our family? So this is a big question, and it's going to get a big answer. When we're in the spirit world, before we come into our bodies, we have a soul contract, meaning we say, okay, this is the family I'm from in the spirit world, and this is the family I'm going to go into. We often go back into the same family together over and over again. So you have a contract to say, okay, this is the family I'm going to go into. These are the major events and major challenges I'm going to have. So did they send her I wouldn't say that. I would say your great niece, decided to come into your family. We don't send each other or make decisions for each other in the spirit world to come into this life. Our soul decides that before, because you have to understand, our soul is fully formed in spirit before we come into our bodies. So our soul has full consciousness and awareness of what they're going to do before we get here. So it's like an adult soul coming into a baby. But the baby doesn't remember that. Some do. That's another story. But most forget it. You're contracted to forget it, usually. Weird stuff's been happening, though, lately. Okay, Lalas, thank you. All right, so Eileen. Thank you, Jeannie. Let's see, Eileen, I think you, jewelry. I got a lot of random comments that are out of order. Because on lives, they don't. Wow, no. Hold on, Eileen. Let me try to find all of Eileen's comments. They were supposed to give it to my living father. Jewelry and money. Okay. I think I missed something in there somewhere. I'm sorry, Francine. I think I only got part of that message. Yes, RKT7816. Yes, they see everything. She wants to know if her grandparents know about her baby she just had, her daughter. Yes, they see everything that we're doing. They see everything that we're going through. Yes, they know. Watch for when she turns from about 2 to 7 or 3 to 6 years old. Watch and see if she's talking to people who you can't see. That happens a lot. And if she does, write it down and ask her questions. Hi. Okay, so Willie G, can you validate if my brother is around, if he knows what I'm up to this evening? Are you up to trouble? That's what I heard. So let me know if you're doing something a little too fun. All right. What? Oh, Joe Stone and Pups. This is a great question. And this is a lot of women who go through this have the same question. Okay. And thank you for being brave enough to ask that question. What happens after an abortion to the baby's soul? You cannot harm a baby's soul. You cannot harm a soul. You cannot do any harm to a soul. When a spirit makes a soul contract to come into a family, they know the outcome of that pregnancy before the pregnancy even occurs. So often, if it's an early abortion, the soul hasn't even come into that body yet because there's really no brain function yet. It's just fluttering cells. Remember, I'm a scientist, so I know the gestation periods and what happens during each part. And the soul doesn't even really stay in the baby the whole time anyway, because the soul can come and go as it pleases. There's absolutely no harm to a baby. There's no harm to a soul when a pregnancy is lost in that way. And that soul knows that's going to happen before it even happens. So please know that for anybody that went through that, you did not harm a soul. You did not harm a soul. You cannot harm a soul. Okay. My voice is not going to make it any longer. I hope to go live again sometime this weekend, and you can book a one-on-one reading through my website. You can also email me for my free mediumship circle. You can email me for my small group readings that are only $25. The next one is on January 22nd. You can email me, peacefulnickthemedium@gmail.com, for my free mediumship development circle. And you can log on to my or you can go onto my website and book readings or classes or anything. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy your weekend. And thank you all for joining me here tonight. Have a very peaceful evening. Bye.